I'm not here to say I told you so, but I told you so. All season, I've been telling you the two best players in the NBA are Nikola Jokic and Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Serbian and the man hailing from Greece. All season, I've been saying that there's something different about these two, that they're on a different level. And over the last month and a half, we've had people putting Joel Embiid in the conversation. You know what? He's had a great last 6 weeks. Agreed. But what I've been telling people is that Nikola Jokic is having an all-time season. The only reason that Giannis isn't the clear-cut MVP favorite is because somebody is literally breaking every barrier possible. Somebody is becoming the maestro of one of the best offenses of all time. Somebody is making the steps forward on defense to get all NBA consideration. Somebody is carrying his team without Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. and without Will Barton at times and Monte Morris at times, and had a bench that was one of the worst 5 in the NBA. Somebody was doing this and putting up historically great, unprecedented numbers of 26, 14, and 7.7, shooting 57% from the field. Somebody was doing this, and I was telling you who this person was, and folks wasn't hearing me. Every time I would talk about it, they would say, how could you say he's the best? With the way he looks, with where he's from. But I'm telling you right now, after tonight, there's not many arguments against this man. There weren't before, but there's definitely not now. Tonight, Nikola Jokic in 28 minutes goes for 18 points, 15 assists, 9 rebounds in 3 quarters on 7 of 9 shooting, 2 of 4 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 block, 3 steals on a plus 24 in a game the Denver Nuggets won by 136 to 100. He was so good that he didn't have to play inside of the fourth quarter because he was that dominant, he was that spectacular, he was that unguardable. Literally, the Milwaukee Bucks were hedging their entire defense toward Nikola Jokic all night, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter. They were literally sending everyone, guarding up the paint, guarding up the lane. Whenever they doubled him, it was a bucket. Whenever they stayed off and just wanted to stay in the lane to make sure he couldn't score or couldn't pass, it was a bucket or it was a pass to assist anyway. Nikola Jokic was on another planet tonight. You all, in the first quarter, Nikola Jokic had 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 8 assists, career high 8 assists in the first quarter. He had taken like 3 shots, was unstoppable. And on top of that, he had 3 steals in the first quarter as well. He was the best defensive player the Nuggets had in the first 3 quarters. He was the best offensive player on the court tonight. There aren't many arguments to say he is not the MVP and he just closed the rest of them tonight. Dude, you need to start tuning in if you don't watch the Denver Nuggets. You need to start tuning in if you don't watch the Milwaukee Bucks. You need to start tuning in to the generationally great players who both are arcing towards top 15 all time in the NBA ever. They're that good. They're that special. But Nikola Jokic tonight, 18, 9, and 15 in 3 quarters. Aaron Gordon, 24 points, 7 rebounds on 10 of 17, 4 of 8 from 3, plus 24. Monte Morris, 18, 2, and 7 on 4 of 5 from 3. He also was a plus 18. Will Barton tonight, 15, 3, and 5, 6 of 7, and 2 of 3, and 1 of 2. He was a plus 18 tonight. Jeff Green, 2 points, 1 rebound. He was a plus 10 because that starting unit around the best player in the universe, Nikola Jokic, was a fireball every time he was on the court. Like literally, I was pacing, waiting for him to get back into the game because he went out with like 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter. And I'm like, it wasn't because the Nuggets were struggling. It was because he was playing that well that I wanted to see him break the record he already set at a fastest triple-double in NBA history in 14 minutes in Milwaukee just about 4 years ago now. But tonight they didn't need it. They led 33-30 after the end of the first quarter, led 65-57 at the end of the second quarter, and they led 103-81 at the end of the third quarter. And in that third quarter, Nikola Jokic won an absolute tear. He literally separated the game. The Nuggets were up 8 at the half, and then when it ended, they were up 22 because that man was literally just said, I'm going to take it all over. Y'all, they put Drew Holiday on him, cooked him. They put Chris Middleton on him at times, cooked him. They put Wes Matthews on him at times, cooked him. They put Bobby Portis on him at times, cooked him. And guess what? They put Giannis Antetokounmpo on Nikola Jokic tonight in the paint. He got cooked. Didn't matter. There was nobody that could do anything with him. That's how special he is. Sometimes when people talk about elite offensive players, they say, hey, look at these raw numbers. Look at the raw data. That must tell the story that they are in similar category. They're in a similar category of Nikola Jokic because he's averaging 28 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists, whatever it might be. But the fact of the matter is, if you don't watch the game, then you might think, hey, you know what? He's putting up more points, and therefore he's doing more. You have to watch what he's doing. The pass that he threw in the first quarter, Jokic was at the top of the key. He got the ball at a DHO. Jeff Green slipped to the basket. Jokic caught the ball with his right hand facing towards the Nuggets bench. He caught the ball in his right hand without looking, threw the ball into the paint as Jeff Green was cutting through. Drew Holiday went for the steal, missed him. It was a reverse layup for Jeff Green, and it's one of the best passes we've seen all season, and no one else has a pass like it this year. His passing profile this season is astronomical, by far the best of anybody there is. Yo, man, like, we really need to have different conversations about Nikola Jokic. I know the NBA is slow to turn its gaze to the eye of the man from Sombor, Serbia. I know, like Sauron at the Lord of the Rings and the Tower of Mordor, they're trying to not to look towards the volcano, but you need to look at that volcano, NBA. You need to see what's happening in Denver, Colorado. He's unprecedented. He's breaking the advanced analytics. And now he's so good from the analytical database that people are discounting analytics more than they've ever had because it doesn't make sense. And then on top of that, the raw data speaks for itself. What do you mean somebody is averaging 24, 13, and 8 on 57, 40, and 80? What do you mean? We've never seen it. So it must mean that he's just a one-way player. But again, if you don't watch basketball, the man is one of the best defenders on the pick and roll this season. His hands are some of the best in the NBA. And on top of that, he is one of the best deflectors in the NBA, period. And his body placement has been excellent. He was cutting off Giannis to the basket, Bobby to the basket, contesting shots, all of it. So no longer call him a one-way player because it ain't been that way in a couple years, and it definitely ain't that way now. You need to have a different discussion about him. Yo, tonight the bench was excellent, man. There was one change. Michael Malone, to his credit, saw a change last game against the Pelicans when he put Bones Highland in the second half at point guard. Boogie Cousins was out tonight. But they said, you know what, I'm going to trust the rook. And the rookie went out there, and the rookie I'm speaking about is Bones Highland. Got the starting point guard tonight. Facu did not play. He's not been good this season. We've already gone through it. So he finally said, let me give Bones Highland an opportunity. And tonight, Bones Highland had 13 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 of 9 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3. Changed the game in the second quarter and in that last first stint in the first quarter. 3 of 5 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He was a plus 11 tonight. Look at these numbers. Austin Rivers, 24 minutes, 8, 2 and 2, 3 of 8, 2 of 6, plus 15. Bryn Forbes tonight, great game, a back-to-back 14-point game, 14 points, 1 assist, 6 of 10 from the field, 2 of 3 from the three-point line, plus 18. Zeke Naji, another good game, 6 and 5, 2 of 2, 2 of 4, plus 12. Even JaMychal Green had a great game tonight. With Bones Highland at point, 9 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist, 4 of 6 from the field, 1 of 2 from the three-point line, plus 9. Marcus Howard got in the game in garbage time, had 9 points on 3 threes. The Denver Nuggets won 136-100. And it all started because the MVP of the NBA is going on an absolute tear. Basketball Reference has him as the favorite by over 30%. He's sitting at over 43% odds to win the MVP this season. NBA.com has him at the favorite to win the MVP this season. Right now, the Denver Nuggets, after all the adversity, are a 5-game win streak. Y'all, the Denver Nuggets have won 13 of the last 18. 13 of the last 18. They've also now won, I want to say, 9 of the last 12. Maybe more. They are going absolute ham. So we need to have a different discussion about what's happening with the Denver Nuggets, man, with Nikola Jokic. Great game tonight. 5 straight wins. They're sitting at 28-21, a half game outside Oh, sorry. They're the fifth seed right now. They're a half game outside of the Utah Jazz right now. All right, well, game and a half outside of the Utah Jazz for the fourth seed. So, man, they're in the fifth seed. They're a game and a half outside for the fourth seed. They're on their way, man. They're on their way, y'all. Hey, y'all, SwipaCam. This is SwipaCam. Follow me on Twitter. Hey, we on something.